This YouTube channel has made me over $2 million in ad revenue. And just to confirm, yes, this is in USD. There it is, over $2 million. But on top of YouTube ads, I have 6 other income streams that are making me money from this channel. But the best part is I don't have to put in a single extra hour of work to earn from them. For example, sponsors, one of the other income streams, that has made me an additional $2 million on top of the $2 million from YouTube ads. That's why if you look on my channel, most of the videos in there have a sponsor spot in them because they're that lucrative. So yeah, I made well over $4 million from this one single Faceless channel. And the crazy part is that these days I only work around an hour a day on my channels. And I know working an hour a day may sound a little bit crazy, maybe a little bit delusional, but that's why I want to make this video for you to break it all down. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because once you've made millions with YouTube, you realize that posting more videos is not how you scale when you're at this point. When you reach my position, the way you scale further is by investing, just like the people on Shark Tank. Because sure, the sharks could start more of their own businesses, but that would not be the smartest move. The smarter move for them is to find really driven beginners that have potential and grow with them. That way, it's a win-win for both sides, and that's the exact same case here. That's why I don't want to spend more time managing more channels. I'm really happy with the channels that I have. Instead, I'm looking for promising channels that understand my strategy that I can help blow up, which obviously helps me grow my wealth in the process as well. So that's why in this video, I'm going to show you what I post, how I get these videos made without me, how I scale this Faceless channel not only to a full-time income, but to real location and time freedom by following what Henry Ford did, what I like to call the Henry Ford model, and how you too can create your own Faceless channel that makes you an additional income, even if you're not creative, even if you've never made a video before, and even if you don't know what videos you will want to make. And this channel right here is not just some one-off fluke, by the way. I've got this channel over here that's made me over $83,000 in just ad revenue alone. I've used this channel to launch my own brand that's made me millions upon millions of dollars that I'll show you more of later. I've got this channel where I was able to make a full-time income on the very first upload. This video right here has made $9.3 thousand. $2.8 thousand of those dollars came from YouTube ads, and $6.4 thousand of those dollars came from the sponsor spot as well. So yeah, $9.3 thousand on this very first upload. I've got this channel where I dubbed my existing videos into Vietnamese, 78,000 views, 100,000 views. So yeah, this is another additional income stream that doesn't require any more work on my part from the same exact videos. In fact, I was able to get this brand new channel monetized in just 9 days. We blew past that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours requirement in just 9 days, a new record for me. In fact, I wanted to wait to apply for YouTube ads for this channel on camera with you, so let's do that right now. Alright, there you have it. It's now getting reviewed. It should be approved within a few days. So yeah, everything I'm showing you in this video is working right now in the field on my actual channels. And I can show you a ton of more impressive sounding results just like this that I've achieved with the system. But I do not want you to assume that this is some magic pill that will allow you to make like $100,000 per month in a few weeks by posting really bad AI slot videos. But what I can promise you is that this is the exact system that allowed me to start with zero experience and get to $20,000 per month in no more than a few months. And yes, if you're wondering if there's a catch, this is the catch. And the catch is that this is definitely not going to work if all you do is post these really bad AI slot videos or top 10 videos or meditation music videos like all these other horrible gurus tell you to do. Because if these really bad channels did work, why don't these gurus actually show you their channels, right? Most of these gurus will never show you their channels publicly. Why don't they show you their channels? Well, it's probably because you would see that 99% of their videos get 0 views. And I know this firsthand because when I first started, I also bought into this lie that people perpetuate that you can just post BS videos that are like genuinely bad that you wouldn't even watch yourself, and somehow just by being consistent you'll eventually magically blow up. And because of buying into this lie, I really struggled at first and I definitely didn't make any money. But the moment I actually focused on making genuinely good videos that people actually want to watch, that's when I finally made progress, and that's how I eventually became a millionaire by age 24. Some people celebrate their birthday, but I personally celebrate Millionaire Day, December 3rd, the day I became a millionaire. And although this might sound like a pain, like, oh, I actually have to make genuinely good videos instead of AI slop, the great news is that today, thanks to all the tools and resources we have, it's actually not that hard to make a good video. And by actually focusing on making better videos, your journey will actually be a lot easier than posting AI slop. You'll get results faster while still being able to use AI. So yes, you can still use AI and I encourage it. So if you want to waste your time and money posting AI slop videos that have a very low chance of paying you back, go watch all those other gurus on YouTube that will happily sell you that dream. But if you want the real deal, if you want to learn how to get real videos made for you that will actually get real viewers to watch and lead to real money in your pocket, so you can set up other income streams like sponsors, affiliates, or launch your own products like I did with Evil Goods, the world's fastest growing beef tallow skincare brand, then this is a video for you, and now actually happens to be the best time to start. Because recently, as you can see from this article, YouTube has made a really big change to their algorithm where they're now pushing new channels more than ever before. Why new creators are being pushed by YouTube in 2025. And you've probably seen this yourself where you're on the YouTube homepage and now you get recommended videos from brand new channels with barely any views or subscribers more than ever before. It used to never be like this, but now everyone on YouTube is getting pushed new channels more than ever before. Like this Reddit thread, YouTube confirmed they were pushing new channels onto people's feeds. YouTube has a dedicated team that focuses on promoting small creators, so now is the time to seize this opportunity. For example, this is a video that I got recommended recently with 2 views from posted a day ago. A few years back, you would never get recommended brand new channels like this before. So yeah, if you notice this yourself, let me know in the comments. But what all of this means is that there's never been a better time to start than right now. For example, take MJ, a client of mine. Because of this new change in the YouTube algorithm and the system that I gave him, he got 129,000 views on a brand new channel after just 3 days. And if we check his channel right now, it should be a lot more. Yeah, now that same video is at over 271,000 views, so pretty crazy. Or take this client of mine, he is 48 years old, doesn't work a creative job whatsoever, and yet he was still able to get 85,000 views on his second ever upload. Or take this client of mine, he lives in Lebanon, he didn't even create a channel in English, and yet he was still able to get 165,000 views on his first ever upload. So yeah, this new change in the algorithm has been a game changer. It makes it way easier than ever to start. And it's not just my clients. Forbes over here reports that over 390,000 people already earn a full-time income just from YouTube. Here's another video that talks about how normal people are blowing up on YouTube all over in 2025. But what this change in the algorithm also means is that it really is now or never. Obviously, we hope this opportunity lasts forever, but who knows? So it's more important than ever that you start right now. So let's get into it, starting with the niche of my channel. My channel makes videos about money, power, and crime. That is what we call the niche of the channel, or in other words, the topics that I post about. And let's go through some examples before I show you what the actual videos look like. So let's take this video for example. So this is one of my videos. It's 18 minutes long, 18 minutes 40 seconds, and yet it may be $17,000 in just YouTube ads. And on top of that, this video has a sponsor spot as usual, and sponsors don't really like you telling people how much they paid you. But in general, for a video like this, sponsors range around $4,000 all the way up to over $10,000. Then there's this video right here. It's almost 12 minutes long, and yet it made me over $15,000 in just YouTube ads alone. Then there's this video that's 25.5 minutes long. This made me $16.2 thousand. This video also has a sponsor spot, so you can do the math for that. Then we have my other channel, Evil Food Supply, that makes videos about how bad the food system is in America. And this video that is around 22 minutes long is maybe close to $12,000 from YouTube ads, and I believe it also had a sponsor spot. Yes, it did. So yeah, many of the successful channels you see can make a full-time income from just one single video. And you're probably wondering, if you start your own Faceless channel, do you have to make the same videos in the same niche as I do if you want to have the same kind of success? And the answer is absolutely not. Because the reality is you can make life-changing money in whatever niche you go into, because every niche works the same. The process of getting a profitable video made in whatever niche you're in is exactly the same. And the only thing you change is what the video actually talks about. On one channel, you talk about food. On another channel, you talk about money, power, crime. But on top of that, you should definitely not make videos in my niches if you're not actually genuinely interested in my niches. See, part of the reason why I became successful is because I chose niches that I was genuinely interested in. So the little work I do have to do doesn't feel like work. And to this day, I still get genuinely excited when we make a great video about a topic that I care about, and that makes the money I do make even more fulfilling. Because as long as you avoid those really low quality feeling niches like meditation music channels or top 10 channels or whatever, you should be okay, and the ceiling of how much money you can make is actually 10 times higher than you may think. And on top of that, over the years, I've just naturally come across so many channel ideas out there in every niche imaginable as I just scroll and watch YouTube myself. So there is absolutely a channel idea out there for you that you're interested in, that you can really get behind. And if you watch the end of this video, I'll give you the opportunity to get my personal list of vetted channel ideas for free. So let's check out what these videos actually look like. So let's check out this video on my Evil Food Supply channel. All right, 3.1 million views. I'm really proud of this video.
Students across the country are posting images of what's on the menu at their schools in a new phenomenon called lunch shaming.
Cafeteria food has always been the butt of nachos, drenched in that signature cheese-like substance.
So it looks and feels like a really cool video, right, that you would want to watch. And as a beginner, this might feel really intimidating to get a video like this made, but in actuality, all this is we're just showing cool images and videos on the screen as we talk about the subject of school cafeteria food in this case, and then maybe we have some music in the background. Like for example, here we just play some news clips and TikTok videos about how bad school cafeteria food is.
Students across the country are posting images of what's on the menu at their schools in a new phenomenon called lunch shaming.
In the background, we have some music playing that you can get for free. And here we just talk about the subjects and show images of it on the screen. So yeah, it may feel a little intimidating at the start, but at the end of the day, we're not doing rocket science here or like quantum physics or whatever. All we're doing is making simple YouTube videos that anyone can make, including you watching this video right now. I have zero doubt that you can make videos like this. And the important thing to know is that you can make really high quality videos that people love watching, that go viral and make you a lot of money, that aren't quote unquote hard or difficult to make. Because there are even easier editing styles like this that still work and make a lot of money.
The 90s was a great decade for automotive fans. Some of the greatest sports cars of every kind took hold of the world in the 90s.
This is another easy editing style that doesn't even have music, just a bunch of old footage, and yet it still has over 375,000 views.
Good thing a human can give up is his life, and therefore, in the eyes of many.
Here's another simple editing style that just has text on the screen, like a simple static background, maybe some photos.
Throughout history, human sacrifice is the most valuable sacrifice someone can offer to a...
And yet this video still has 3 million views. 3 million views with a simple editing style like this.
Though they're really not. The word Aztec can refer to many different people groups, like, for example, everyone within the Aztec.
But my favorite example is probably this channel.
From a distance, hotels seem like a simple business. As a guest, you pay a nightly rate for a room of your choice. The better the location, the more...
Why Airbnb fails to disrupt the hotel industry. This is from a channel called Modern MBA. And even though the editing style is really simple, just a simple voiceover, he just pulls ads from Airbnb or whatever topic he's covering and then just shows it on screen. No music, no text, no special effects, no visual effects, nothing. And yet it still has over 3.2 million views. And this one single video probably made this guy around $17,000 to $18,000. And I can guess this because I have a video that has around 3 million views. This one has 3.2 million views. And yeah, my video made around $17,800. So he probably made something similar with this video. All with a simple editing style that just uses footage from like whatever topic he's covering. And that's why really anyone can do this. Even though the editing style is simple, it's still a really good watchable video that obviously a lot of people like. And on top of that, even my editing style that I showed you earlier, that is not much more advanced than these guys. I just add like a little bit more music, a little bit more sound effects, maybe like an Instagram style filter on top of the photos and videos you show on screen. And that's it. It's not that much more advanced. And that's really it. And no, you don't have to edit these videos yourself. And no, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money for you to outsource it either. I'll go over how in a few. And yes, you can absolutely use AI voices for the voiceover part. AI voices have gotten really good, and there's even sometimes that I watch a video and I can't tell if it's AI or not. My client that I showed you earlier that got 85,000 views on his second ever upload, he also uses an AI voice. My favorite example of using an AI voice is this channel, where the AI voice is like, not very good. This channel could use a really better AI voice, but he still has over 200,000 subscribers on a relatively brand new channel, and he gets a ton of views as well.
When you imagine becoming the heiress to a monumental old money fortune that spans not one, but 2 European...
So as you see, a really low quality AI voice is not good. I don't recommend this. But because his channel idea is so good and the videos themselves are really good, people don't mind and they still watch the videos. Now let's go over copyright, because I know a lot of you may be wondering that, like, how do you get away with using other people's clips in your videos? And the truth is that you can absolutely use other people's clips that have gone viral already instead of having to create or film anything yourself. This will make it a lot easier for your channel to go viral too. And this is all thanks to something called fair use. You can look this more up on your own, but YouTube is a huge supporter of fair use because they know that fair use makes their platform possible. Literally almost everyone on YouTube uses it. And the way you get away with this is by using what I call the 10-second rule. So let's go back to this Airbnb video that made a lot of money for this channel. And as I play it on mute, just count how many seconds goes by before he switches to a different clip. So let's see. 1 second, around 2 seconds, maybe another 2 seconds. So as you see, he's changing clips every 1 to 2 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. So even though he's clearly using like videos from Airbnb or other hotel companies, because he's only using a few seconds, and on top of that, he's really transforming these clips into something completely different. He's using these clips for commentary and education. That's why he can do this on all of his videos and why his channel has blown up so much, even though he doesn't film anything himself. Yeah, all the latest videos alone have over 100,000 views. He's got millions of views on his top videos. So with copyright covered, let's go over how to actually get these videos made. See, when I first started making Faceless videos, I was doing everything myself. I was scripting, recording, editing, doing the thumbnails myself, and it did work. As you can see right here, I made around $70,000 in my first year of doing this, and that's just from YouTube ads, so I did make a little bit more than this, I believe. But I quickly realized that by doing everything myself, I had just replaced one job for another. I was one of my favorite memes right here. Didn't want a 9-to-5 job, now I work 24/7, and this was me back then. I was making more money, but at what cost? I didn't have any time to enjoy it. I was always working, always on my my computer, not because YouTube didn't work, but because I was working literally 8 to 12 hours per day. But then one day out of the blue on November 15th, 2020, I get this email out of the blue. Hi Jake, I'm the president of Jordan Belfort's Corporations. I'm very impressed with your videos. Please let me know if you have a few minutes to chat today. So yeah, the president of Jordan Belfort's company, the real Wolf of Wall Street, reached out to me in a cold email like this. So obviously I took the call right away. And at first he was just asking me questions about my video topics that I covered because he was interested in those topics. But eventually he started asking me about how I ran my actual business. And I told him like at the time I was making like 20K a month when you added sponsors and stuff. I was really excited. Sure, I'm working 8 to 12 hours a day, but this is like my dream come true. But that is when he burst my bubble. He went on to explain to me that I should not be working 8 to 12 hours a day. That's not sustainable. I would definitely burn out after like a year or so. And on top of that, I would never be able to get my income over $20,000 per month. And although $20,000 per month is nice, if you want to do something like, becoming a millionaire in a few years like I did, you definitely need to be making a lot more than that. And he went on to ask me a simple question. Why is McDonald's successful compared to every other small mom and pop burger shop out there? Why do they have so many locations around America and all over the world? And why are they one of the most valuable companies out there? And he went on to explain to me that McDonald's is successful because they created the best system. See, the average mom and pop burger shop probably makes way better burgers than McDonald's, but because McDonald's has a better business system that they can just clone all over the world, that is why they make billions of dollars every single year. He asked me, have you ever seen a McDonald's CEO flipping the hamburgers themselves? Of course not, right? And he went on to tell me that I needed to create my own system that does all the work for me, just like McDonald's. I love the movie The Founder, by the way, and that is basically what he told me I had to do. I had to create a system just like how they have multiple people making burgers all in one systemized way like this. And at the time, I was making around $5,000 per video on average. Since I was doing everything myself, I could only post 4 videos a month. So 4 videos times $5,000, that's how I was making $20,000 per month. And he went on to explain to me that if all I did was just double the amount of uploads I made from 4 videos a month to 8 videos a month, I would instantly double my income from $20,000 all the way up to $40,000 per month, just like that. And if all I did was triple the amount of uploads I made from 4 videos a month all the way up to 12 videos a month, I would be able to increase my income to $60,000 per month. And obviously that sounded incredible, but I still have my reservations as to if this was even possible. Like, how could someone else make better videos than me? How much is this gonna cost? How am I gonna find them, etc.? But obviously this guy knew a lot more about business than me, so I had to swallow my pride and I set out to do what he said. I set out to create a brand new YouTube system where I didn't have to make the videos myself. I didn't have to edit or create thumbnails. I wouldn't have to buy any expensive camera equipment or like additional computers for employees or whatever. And I did this by following what Henry Ford did. See, in the early 1900s, Henry Ford wanted to build cars for the masses, but assembling a single car took around 12 hours. On top of that, these cars were being built by a single expert artisan mechanic that was really expensive and hard to find as well. Until one day, Henry Ford visited a meat packing plant in Chicago's Union Stockyards, and at the slaughterhouse, he saw how like the cow body would move down a line, and then each worker would just do one task. They would cut off one piece of meat, and then it would go down to the next person that would cut off another piece of meat. And Henry Ford saw how this was way more affordable and scalable versus having like one expert butcher do the entire job themselves, which would not only take longer, but it will also be a lot more expensive and a lot harder to find. So this got Henry Ford thinking, what if instead of taking things apart, you could build them piece by piece, station by station? And that is how Henry Ford came up with the idea for the assembly line. His new assembly line cut down production time from just 12 hours to just 90 minutes. 90 minutes to build a single car, and it dropped the price of a car from $850 all the way down to $300. And the lesson that Ford learned from this is that he didn't need to work harder or hire more expensive experts. What he needed was the right system. The right system where he separated the process of creating a car into steps, and then he created super thorough instructions on how to do that step that any new affordable hire that he found on the street could do. So no more expensive, hard to find expert mechanics. And after studying this, I realized that I needed the same thing. I didn't need to work harder. I was already working like the max amount of hours I could do. I also didn't need to find some expert YouTube master that I could hire and save the day. Not only would that be next to impossible to find, but it would be really expensive. What I also needed was the right system, just like Ford, where I broke the process of creating a profitable Faceless video down into steps that anyone can do. And once I created the system, the results were beyond anything I could have ever imagined. So for the longest time, I've been keeping a spreadsheet of how much money I make every single month because, what you measure improves. And as you can see right here, at around the same time Arvid reached out to me, I was at around $20,000 per month. But from then on, as I created the system and as I refined it, a few months later, I was already making over $84,000 in a single month, which is over $1 million per year annualized. But then just a month later, I was at $127,000 per month. A year after Arvid initially reached out, I was at $134,000 per month. And in just a month after that, I nearly cracked $200,000 in a single month. Now I was literally making almost 10 times more money from $20,000 per month all the way up to almost $200,000 per month. But now I wasn't editing myself. I wasn't making the thumbnails myself. I wasn't doing all these other things that would take up 8 to 12 hours of my day. And yet I was still able to make 10 times more money. And this is the power of having the right system instead of just trading more of your hours for dollars. And once it worked so well for this channel, I set out to see if this system will work on another channel, like could it be replicatable? So that's when I went into an entirely different niche and created this channel, Evil Food Supply. This channel made me a full-time income on the very first upload. So here is the first upload. It got 1.6 million views. And then here is the YouTube ad money at $11.9 thousand now. First video, $11.9 thousand. And then once this channel became successful, I want to see if I could do it again. Like maybe just Evil Food Supply and Jake Tran were a fluke. How replicatable is the system really? So that's when I set out to create this channel called How to Get Away With It. It's an entirely different niche in true crime. I just replicated the system here, and the first upload, as you saw earlier, 807,000 views, and in total I made $9.3 thousand like I showed you earlier. The second upload is at 264,000 views. And then we have another $8,000 from that second upload on a brand new channel in a different niche. So here is the invoice for the sponsor for that one, $5,000 this time. YouTube ads made like $2.9 thousand, so $8,000 in total. So now you see that this system can work in whatever niche you go into. Here's how it works in just 3 steps. So step 1, we have what I like to call the hot dog stand principle. So this principle lets you go into any niche besides the bad ones like AI slot videos and be able to make a lot of money. And it goes like this. What is the difference between a hot dog stand in the woods like this versus a hot dog stand in a crowded stadium? Obviously, the one in the woods is gonna have to fight an impossible battle to get any attention at all, but a hot dog stand in a stadium is gonna get a ton of attention automatically without even trying. And when it comes to YouTube, most beginners start a channel in what is the equivalent of a hot dog stand in the woods. These are most of the channels that gurus out there tell you to start, like meditation music channels or whatever. And the reason why I was able to find success with 3 separate channels was because I found channel ideas that were the equivalent of a hot dog stand in a super crowded stadium. And that is why the channel idea that you pick is by far one of the most important factors on YouTube. By having the right channel idea, you're gonna get more views with way less effort. You're gonna make more money with way less effort. The better the channel idea, the longer that channel will keep making money for years to come. And the better the channel idea, the more valuable it becomes to investors. And the way you find great channel ideas is actually surprisingly easy. You basically wanna look for what I call gaps in the marketplace. For example, with Evil Food Supply, the alternative health space of talking about seed oils and stuff was really blowing up at the time. But I noticed that there was a really big gap in the marketplace where there was just no high quality Faceless channel making videos about this subject. So giant demand, zero supply of channels talking about this. That's why Evil Food Supply grew so fast. Like it was so hard to mess up and fail because there was such a big gap in the marketplace. And once you find a great channel idea, that's when you can move on to step number 2, which is to fill in each spot of the assembly line. So just like how Henry Ford had an assembly line where each person would build like one part of the car, we also have an assembly line, and it goes like this. We have video ideas, then the next step in the assembly line is the title and thumbnail, then the voiceover, and then the video editing. Just 4 steps. And for each of these steps, you want to hire one affordable yet skilled freelancer for each of these parts. For now, you can do the video ideas yourself because they're pretty easy. Then you just hire one affordable thumbnail designer at $10 to $20 a thumbnail. You can use an AI voice or you can record it yourself. Both are really cheap options. And then you can hire one affordable video editor for as low as $100 per video. And then once you have this assembly line formed, you can move on to step number 3, which is having your assembly line copy proven videos from a different niche. See, most beginners when they start, they'll copy other channels in their niche, like their competitors, and then they wonder why they go for years and years and years without ever making any progress. And it's because when you copy from direct competitors in your niche, other viewers in your niche are already used to watching your competitors. So why would they watch your channel if it just looks like a cheap copycat of the big guys? So to get viewers to watch your videos, you have to give them something different than the channels in your niche. And the absolute easiest way to do that is to simply copy proven videos from other niches. So for video ideas, instead of copying what video topics your competitors talk about already, you can find video ideas from other platforms like Google, Instagram, TikTok videos, and turn them into a Faceless video. For the title and thumbnail, have your thumbnail designer copy successful thumbnails from other niches. All the big channels do this, by the way, so don't be afraid of it. For the voiceover, it can be done with AI. Just make sure it doesn't sound too much like your competitors. And for video editing, you can have your editor copy a successful editing style from other niches as well. That way, by doing this, you're copying something that you know works, but that doesn't look like your direct competitors. And then once you have those those 3 steps down. Number 1, the hot dog stand principle. Number 2, the assembly line. And number 3, copying proven videos from different niches. Then all you gotta do is get to your first successful video. Because once you get your first successful video that gets you a lot of views and makes you some money, everything becomes so much easier after that. Once YouTube sees you have your first successful video, it promotes your channel a lot more in the future. Views come easier after that, subscribers come easier, opportunities and money come your way a lot easier after that as well. And basically from that moment on, once you have your first successful video, your life changes forever. Now the question becomes, how long is it gonna take you to get to your one video? Well, for me, when I first started 6 years ago, it took me 7 Faces videos before I got to that one video that changed my life forever. These days, I can get to that one video on the very first upload, just like I showed you with those 2 channels. But for some, they can get there even faster than me. For me, it took me 7 Faces videos, but this student over here, he was able to get to his one video that changed his life forever on his 2nd ever upload, which is really crazy. And for others, it might take them a little bit longer than 7 uploads. Here's another client of mine that took a little bit longer than 7 uploads. Recently, he messaged me, I just made my first few dollars on YouTube. This is an unreal feeling, Jake. Thank you for teaching me and all you've done so far. This client of mine, I believe, took a little bit more than 7 uploads as well. Well, over here, I think he was around that 7 upload mark, and then he started making around $5,000 per month consistently after that, which is really crazy. And on top of that, once you get to that one video, that's where you can start having multiple streams of income as well. Because when you follow the system of actually making videos that people want to watch, that's how other income stream opportunities open up to you, like sponsors. Brands are not going to want to sponsor your channel if it's a really low quality AI slop channel. But if you make real videos, that's how you can get sponsors for like $4,000 per video. Like this one right here, $4.2 thousand. No brand is going to pay you $4.2 thousand to be featured in your meditation music video. As you saw earlier, sponsors make up literally like half of the money I've made, of the wealth I've made from this channel. And if you follow these gurus and you make a low quality channel, you're going to be missing out on literally half of your potential net worth. But it's not just sponsors, you can also make money from affiliates right away from your first upload if you want. And then once I had all this money, I used it and my channels to launch Evil Goods, my brand. I promote this brand on my channel so it creates this like flywheel effect. It became the fastest growing beef tallow skincare brand in the world, and now it makes well over $1 million per month. As you can see right here, this is one of the sales channels we have for one of our months. Around $997,000 in a single month. We have other sales channels that easily push us past $1 million per month. And another way to make money from your Faceless channel that most people don't know about is that you can actually sell your channel in the future for a lump sum of like millions of dollars. As you can see from this article from The Verge, YouTube channels are selling for millions of dollars. I know some people that have sold their channels in the past, and it's definitely something that I'm looking into for the future as well. And that is just a start. There are a ton of other income streams that you can do as well, like I do, like language channels like we covered earlier, or YouTube memberships. So hopefully now you can see the power of having a real Faceless channel with a system like this. And now you understand this, the sky is the limit on what you can achieve with the system. For me, one of my really important goals was that my parents didn't have much money for retirement. They would basically have to retire below the poverty line, and they were gonna have to retire in a few years. So I made it my mission to be able to retire them and buy them a new house, and that's exactly what I was able to do. Here's us in front of the new construction house that I bought them, and I would have never been able to do this in time for them to retire if I kept trading my hours for dollars, whether that be at my job or with my channel. So the question I have for you is, what will your goal be? Is your goal to finally escape the 9-to-5 grind that you've been trapped in for years? Is it to stop missing moments with your family because your job controls your time? Or maybe you just want to be able to work from anywhere in the world without having to answer to your boss. Whatever your goal is with YouTube, it is definitely possible, as I hope you can see now. Me personally, that's what I love most about it. It gives you the power to finally stop trading hours for dollar and finally reclaim your time. So if this is something that you want to do, let's go over how you can get started. So everything that I just showed you in this video, you can absolutely do yourself, just like I did when I first started. Me personally, I was just a kid back then with no money, so I had no choice but to do it on my own, but obviously it took a lot longer. Before I made Faceless videos, I actually tried making traditional face videos for a year because I had no guidance. I didn't know about Faceless videos. I didn't know that there was a better option out there. On top of that, once I finally did make Faceless videos, I had to dedicate a lot of hours to it every single day. I was probably putting in like 4 hours a day at the start, and like I mentioned earlier, 8 to 12 hours a day once I started picking up. But if you have a full-time job right now and maybe a family, this might be a little hard. I had to post a ton of videos and do a ton of revisions, which obviously cost a lot of money. I had to give my team the right instructions. I had to test things over and over again, just like Henry Ford did. So yes, if you have some money saved up, or you can set some money aside every single month, you can absolutely do this on your own. You can hire everyone yourself, but you're still gonna have to go through that suck of putting money towards videos when you don't have that eye for picking the right channel ideas or video ideas or titles and thumbnails, etc. And you're probably gonna make a lot of beginner mistakes that will waste your time and money. So that's why I wanted to give you a way to get my direct help and to get a copy of my entire system that I've refined over the years to run my actual channels, so that you don't have to guess or put money into something that might not be the right move. So that way, when your channel takes off, you're trained on my system already, and I would be a lot more comfortable potentially investing in your channel. So that is why I recently decided to open up my own private Shark Tank group, where I help people clone my entire Faceless channel system I give them all my templates for how I built my assembly line for my $1 million channels, from video ideas to title and thumbnails to the voiceover and video editing. On top of that, I share my system on how I found the best performing video ideas so you can avoid investing effort, time, and money and energy into ideas that were never going to go viral in the first place. I give you full direct access not only to my own team members who built the Jake, Tran, and Evil Food Supply channels, but also team members who worked on some of the biggest successful channels in the world, from Mr. Beast, What If, Aperture, Brent Rivera. We do weekly live group calls where I verify and greenlight your channel ideas, video ideas, and the videos themselves. Basically, we make sure that you get every part of the assembly line correct so you're not wasting time or money. You can kind of think of it like a McDonald's franchise where I just give my clients every part of the business so that they can just plug and play something that they know works. And that's how clients of mine are able to get to their one video within a few uploads instead of within a few years. But obviously, if I did this for literally everyone, I wouldn't have any time left to live my life. So that is why for this private Shark Tank group, we only open up 10 spots a month. So if you're interested in this and you would like to see what we can achieve together, click the first link in the description below, and if we still have spots open, it will take you to a page where you can fill out a quick form to see if you're the right fit. And if you are, you can schedule a meeting with one of my professional advisors where they're going to walk you through how we can clone my system with you. On top of that, in the beginning of this video, I mentioned how I only have to work an hour a day to manage my automated channels, and that's why I'm not looking to launch more channels on my own personally. But I've got all these really good channel ideas that I've collected over the years that would be ashamed to go to waste. So that's why I told my advisors to give you access to my personal list of 100 vetted channel ideas if you get to book a meeting. So that way you can get to your first few viral videos as soon as humanly possible. That way you'll nail the channel idea right away, and with me and my team auditing your assembly line, there will be little to no variables that you can get wrong anymore, which means you will find success way faster. And what this all means is that right now you have two choices. Choice one is that you can keep testing ideas on your own, spending your time, money, and effort trying to figure out what works, even if it means going through 20, 40, or even 100 channel ideas or video ideas before you land on something that finally gains traction. Or you can take choice number two. Let me personally help you launch, monetize, and scale your own profitable Faceless channel using the same system that I use on my channels right now, and that I've used to guide over 100 different people with completely different channel ideas to get real results, even if you're starting from complete scratch. So if any of that interests you, click that first link below that I put at the top of the video description, and I look forward to discussing your video ideas with you.